You know, when we think about security,
Mhm.
we usually think about walls, bank accounts, insurance policies, that sort of thing.
Right. Physical things you can build.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I was reading this composition by Guru Arjan Dev Ji. It's in Bilaaval, page 806.
And it just turns that entire idea on its head.
Completely flips it.
Right.
He's arguing that real security isn't about what you build around you.
It's a radical shift. And for our deep dive today, it's perfect because it creates this this incredibly high contrast image. It's like a split screen.
Yeah, on one side you have vitality and on the other.
Just useless flailing and ruin.
And it really pulls no punches.
Huh.
I want to start right at the core, the rahaau, the pause line. And it says, srab, nidhaan, guradhev.
All treasures come from the perfect divine guru.
Okay, so that word nidhaan, treasure. That's a little tricky, right? Because we hear treasure and we think
Gold. Winning the lottery.
Right. But that's not what he means here.
No, not at all. Think of it more like resources. The raw capacity to handle life.
So patience, wisdom.
Stability, all of it. He's saying if you're looking for those things out in the material world, you're looking in the wrong place. The guru is the source code.
If you have the source, you have everything.
Exactly.
And if you don't, that brings us to the saakat.
The faithless cynic. He's really the tragic figure in this whole piece.
It says they die in shame and misery, khuaar. But there's another phrase that it really jumped out at me. Hukamnama,
Oh, yeah. The translation usually says something like useless efforts.
which feels a little too polite.
Way too polite. It's so much more visceral. It literally means something like churning water.
Churning water.
Imagine it. You're just flailing, working so hard, you're sweating, you're exhausted, trying to churn butter from water.
And getting absolutely nowhere.
Zero. That's the life of the saakat. All this noise, all this effort, but no spiritual traction at all.
Which is the total opposite of the person who chants the har name. The text says they live jeeve.
Right. It's not just existing. It's being plugged back into the power grid.
And that connection gives them the rakhavaaraa.
The protector. And this is where the text gets really dark, really fast. We have to talk about the imagery of the noose.
Right. This part was intense. It talks about slanderers, people spreading nidhaan. It says, a mere attack faz.
Death's noose.
He's tightened around their necks, heads, and feet. I mean, it sounds like something out of a horror movie.
It's supposed to be terrifying. But think about the mechanics of it. Who is tying the noose?
It seems like they're doing it to themselves.
That's it. It's self-inflicted. When you engage in that negativity, in slander, you are restricting your own movement, binding your own mind.
So it's like a psychological suffocation.
Exactly. The slanderer is walking around strangling themselves with their own words.
Meanwhile, the humble devotee, the Jan, they have this kind of spiritual immunity.
That's the perfect term for it. And the text makes this massive promise here. It says, for the devotee, the jam, the messenger of death, doesn't even approach.
Ta kinikatnan avijam. That is a bold claim. Death won't come near you.
It is, but you have to read it through that lens we've been talking about, the saakat versus the John.
Okay.
If the saakat is already dead in shame and misery while they're physically alive,
Then the messenger of death is just the embodiment of that misery.
precisely. So the guru is saying if you are connected to the source, that misery, that spiritual death, it literally cannot touch you. You're insulated.
So it's not about physical immortality. It's about being untouchable by that spiritual decay.
It's the difference between the person churning water and the person drinking from the well. One is frantic and dying of thirst. The other is satisfied and safe.
It really redefines what we even think of as a threat. We worry about the economy or our health.
But this text suggests the real threat is that disconnection, that churning.
And the real treasure is just the ability to stop churning and connect. So to wrap up, it leaves us with a pretty provocative thought. We usually see death as this, physical finish line waiting for us years from now.
A single event.
Right. But if the messenger of death can be kept away by a state of mind, is it possible that death isn't an event, but more like a frequency?
A state of existence you can choose.
And maybe some of us are tuning into it right now without even realizing it.
That is the question to sit with.
Thanks for listening to this deep dive. Catch you on the next one.